Hi guys, I'm going to make a quick video here, bits and pieces of it I'm going to put together, and making a stand on wheels for a John Deere or a PhD post hole digger, auger type. I've looked on YouTube, found a few videos. I've also done a few searches to maybe buy a stand commercially, all of which are available. The ones I found that were commercial that you could buy didn't look the greatest. They look pretty flimsy. The ones I saw on YouTube videos, everybody had great ideas. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't feel it was a design that was worked too well for the application I'm trying to put together here. So anyway, all I did is took some of the ideas from everything I saw, did a little scratch here. Hopefully you can see this. This is what it would look like. And then I'm going to do a little base and put some wheels on it so I can move it around. The biggest thing of it is I used to put this take it on and off with a come along tied to the roof rafters, and that was worked for a while, but I tell you what, after a while it's easier just to have something on wheels in a shop base where you can move it. You can get it off, put it in a corner, whatever you need to do, so it makes life a little easier here when you're dealing with implements on a tractor. So go this way here, kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to do. All right, so I made a little pattern here. This is just out of a piece of composite decking or fascia. Basically the idea is when you back the tractor up, it'll come into this sleeve, and I'll leave it down an inch or so. And then when you drop the auger down, it'll rest in this and hold it. I've got this piece of 1x1 here. I'm going to use this just to make a pattern for legs. And the legs are going to tie to a base. And that's how I'm going to work this part of it. So what I'm going to do next, I have it laid out to cut the U in a piece of steel, 3/16 thick. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, the next part is I'm going to take the cutting torch. I already got it set up here, and cut the circle out on the piece of metal for the primary hold of the auger. that's that. And now we'll grind it and just a little bit of grinding. I got most of it done, but this is all I'm doing on this plate, so hang on. All right, should be good. Let's come back this way and see how she fits up. And the board fell. All right, that part's done. Start doing the legs next. Okay, the next phase, I'm going to start making the base frame here. And after doing some measurements, I'll hold this up so if you guys want to use it. I did determine 5 foot 8 inches with a taper of 22 at the front that goes near the tires and 28 at the rear near the auger. So this is what I'm got set up, and I'm going to start cutting this out and building it, and then I'll come back and bring you into the film after I get close to being done. All right, took the privilege of going ahead and welding up the stand off camera just to save some time. So I got the base stand done, at least the frame. What I'm going to do next is get some wheels put on it. And what I found is I wanted to keep it as close to the ground as possible, so I found these cast wheels. It should only raise the bar off by the floor by about an inch. And that's what I was looking at. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some little outriggers here for the wheels. Get the holes drilled into it and weld it up. And once I get that done, then we'll start setting the uprights for the drill head itself and the 2 pieces of the 3-point hitch. So that's where I'm at on the project right now for the post hole digger. So this came out pretty nice. I did do a dry fit underneath it. I think it'll work. So this is by the fly. It's not engineered. I don't have schematics or drawings or a technical engineer putting their mind into it. It's trying to come up with something to move a post hole digger around my shop. All right, I am back. I've got almost the frame done. Show you here, got the wheels welded on for cart. And I got put a couple stiffeners up here on the top and on the back side here on the bottom. And I think the frame will be done. Rolls underneath the auger bit as intended. Line up the feet for the 3-point once I get the stands built for it, and then start building the back stands for the plate for the auger head to sit into. And I think once I get the 2 back pieces done, again, the framing will be done. And I'll start working on the legs for this and the legs for the 3-point. And if that's all good, we'll wire wheel it up, grind a little, get some rust paint on it and some, let's see, John Deere paint green yellow, probably just black. Okay, back. I'm doing this in a little bit of segments. I've got the stand done, and now I'm doing a quick mock-up here for the plate and the legs. I already have 2 legs clamped in right now. I want to get them cut and welded, and then I'll measure the other 2 legs. I want to give you a little closer look here. Hopefully this looks, but this is the plate. It goes underneath the auger head. And you can see I've done a lot of things to try to get it leveled up. So I've got it on level. Legs are just kind of sitting there clamped in. I'll make some chalk line marks. The other thing, it lined up, the back one's lined up with the feet. I welded in. So that worked out pretty good. And I've just got this strap on there to hold the bit in a little bit to keep it level as close. And then where the 3-point hitch here hits, they're also going to land up on the feet legs. So getting there. I guess what I'm going to do now is do some markings there on the two back legs for the auger head holder, and get those cut and tack welded in, and then I'll cut the front, or get the front ones done, tack weld those in, make sure everything's kind of where I want it, and weld her back in. And once I get that part done, I'll come back on. Okay, got the stands mocked up, not mocked up, but at least tacked up. I think it came out pretty good. The design here I came up with is working out pretty well. As you can see, it's an easy roll in, roll out. And once that's in there, you hook it on. I don't have the stands or the legs made yet for the 3-point, so I'm going to do that next, get them cut, mocked up, and the design I'm going to use for them. Simple. Get that done, test it out, and then do the final welding. Right now, everything's just tack welded in, but looks pretty good. The last thing, I am going to go ahead and utilize this piece of decking, or it's a plastic fascia for decking. I'm going to put that in there mainly just for a cushion, so when it hits the auger head here, that it's not, the steel plate that's on there, it doesn't cut into the paint. I think it'll just be a nicer addition to the stand. All right, that's all I got for now. I'll be back when I get the legs mocked up and built, and then once they're tack welded in, we'll kind of do a test fit. I'm not going to put the full weight on it, but at least drop it down when it's still under hydraulics, and go from there. All right, so I got. All right, I am back. Been a day or so. I did the weld up already. Got it all welded up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to find out if this thing works. So you can see it kind of rolls in, rolls out pretty easy. Made the legs down here for part of the 3-point. So let's start this thing up and see if we can disconnect real easy and move it around. there you have it. The PhD 200 post hole digger stand on wheels. And it's sure as easy as it unhooked, it's going to hook back up just as easy. Post hole digger stand. Made off a piece of scratch paper, quick drawing, welded it up. Works, rolls, unhooks. Move it where I want to in the shop now, so pretty happy, guys. Next thing I'm going to do is just going to take a post hole digger back off the stand, get some primer paint on it, and paint it John Deere green. So I'll come back when I got a final job done. Okay, got her done. Stand's all painted up, John Deere green. Works fine. I'll be able to move it and store it. So really happy with my outcome on this design based on others I have seen primarily on the YouTube channels. I will add the drill head itself does have some weight to it. I don't know the total amount of weight, but it is quite heavy. So pretty happy. Thanks for watching. Leave some comments if you like. Thumbs up, subscribe, you know, all the good stuff. So thanks again for watching.